This is Ian Carr coming from the Hood 2025 Summit, Enter the Mainframe. We're here with Cathy Clay, EVP and Global Head of Derivatives from Cboe. Cathy, thanks for taking the time.
It's amazing to be here with you, Ian. Thank you for having me.
How's it been going so far?
It's crazy. I've never been to the Hood Summit before, but I will be back. This is insane. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, let's dive in. So far, retail traders have been starting with simpler instruments and have been moving their way into index options as their experience grows. What role does Cboe play in that journey, and how are you supporting that growth for traders?
Well, first, we bring the index options to life. So the SPX, the VIX options, very well-known options for retail traders. But you're right, there is a journey of sophistication that all traders go on. They start where they're comfortable, they learn, they educate, and then they just get more and more sophisticated. And they find their way into the index options for various reasons. One, it's European exercise, and so they don't end up getting assignments in single stocks that actually are harmful for their portfolio. They have potential good tax treatment on index options, and they have more precise precision in the ways they trade zero DTEs or 0 days to expiry options and indices that we provide. So we do see this path for the retail trader, especially these active retail traders at the summit here who really enjoy trading index options.
You've talked a lot about the pent-up demand for U.S. derivatives globally.
Yeah.
How does Cboe make U.S. derivative products easier to access for international traders?
It's a great question. There certainly is this demand for access back to the U.S. capital markets. They know the names. They hear the NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, all the names they want to trade, and the indexes that actually provide that broad exposure to the U.S. markets, like the S&P 500. So we spend a lot of time with talent in field, in region, to actually help those clients in the Asia Pacific regions, for example, find their pathways back into the US. And that's not an easy thing to do because a lot of times they don't even have the data. And so we're actually spending a lot of time actually getting the data into the hands of those recipients and those participants that want to trade into our markets. But that is just the first step. Once they have the data, then they have to find the US broker-dealers and clearing firms that will give them a path back into the US. And we help facilitate those connections. We really pride ourselves on being that connecting force in those regions to help those investors come back to our markets.
Awesome. And to wrap up, what's one product or initiative you're really excited about right now at Cboe?
Oh, you're going to make me choose, huh? There's actually a couple that I would love to mention. So one, I'm really kind of honing into the thematic interest that retail traders express with the AI-driven companies, the NVIDIA, the Teslas, et cetera. We will be releasing in the fourth quarter an index option and future on what we're calling the Cboe Magnificent 10. It's the Mag 7 plus more stocks to actually give that broad exposure to those really innovative, high-interest companies. But that's not the only thing we're doing in the fourth quarter. Early in November, we plan to release continuous digital futures on Bitcoin and Ether. And so this is really something that's traded offshore quite predominantly over the years, but we're bringing that kind of exposure to these continuous futures, these perpetual in nature futures, to our own exchange clearing in our own clearinghouse.
That's awesome. That's super exciting.
It is exciting.
Thanks for the sneak peek. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, Cathy, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Ian.